The Power of Now. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is a book about the importance of living in the present moment and the negative effects of dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. In this book, Tolle offers readers practical advice on how to become more present and mindful, and ultimately find greater happiness and fulfillment in their lives. The book is divided into 10 chapters, each focusing on a different aspect of living in the present moment. We will go through each chapter and discuss the key ideas presented by Tolle. Chapter 1, You Are Not Your Mind. The first chapter of the book introduces the idea that our thoughts and emotions are not who we are, but rather products of our mind. Tolle argues that our true self is the consciousness that lies behind our thoughts and emotions, and that by learning to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them, we can begin to connect with our true self and live in the present moment. Chapter 2, Consciousness, The Way Out of Pain. In this chapter, Tolle explains that our thoughts and emotions often cause us pain and suffering, and that by becoming more aware of our consciousness, we can begin to break free from these negative patterns. He argues that consciousness is the key to finding peace and happiness in our lives. Chapter 3, Moving Deeply into the Now. The third chapter focuses on the importance of being fully present in each moment, rather than getting caught up in thoughts about the past or future. Tolle suggests that by fully immersing ourselves in the present moment, we can experience a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. Chapter 4, Mind Strategies for Avoiding the Now. This chapter explores the various ways in which our minds try to distract us from the present moment, such as through worry, anxiety, and addiction. Tolle argues that by becoming more aware of these mind strategies, we can begin to overcome them and live more fully in the present moment. Chapter 5, The State of Presence. In this chapter, Tolle describes the state of presence as a state of heightened awareness and aliveness. He suggests that by learning to cultivate this state of presence, we can experience greater joy and fulfillment in our lives. Chapter 6, The Inner Body. The sixth chapter focuses on the importance of connecting with the inner body, which Tolle describes as a doorway to the present moment. He suggests that by becoming more aware of the sensations in our bodies, we can learn to connect with our true self and experience a deep sense of peace and calm. Chapter 7, Portals into the Unmanifested. This chapter explores the various ways in which we can connect with the unmanifested, which Tolle describes as the deeper reality that lies beyond the physical world. He suggests that by connecting with this deeper reality, we can experience a profound sense of peace and spiritual fulfillment. Chapter 8, Enlightened Relationships. The eighth chapter focuses on the importance of cultivating enlightened relationships, which Tolle describes as relationships that are free from egoic patterns and rooted in a deep sense of presence and love. He argues that by learning to cultivate these types of relationships, we can experience greater joy and fulfillment in our lives. Chapter 9, Beyond Happiness and Unhappiness There is Peace. This chapter explores the idea that true peace and happiness can only be found by going beyond the duality of happiness and unhappiness. Tolle suggests that by learning to embrace all aspects of our experience, both positive and negative, we can find a deep sense of peace and contentment. Chapter 10, The Meaning of Surrender. The final chapter of the book focuses on the importance of surrendering to the present moment, rather than resisting it. Tolle suggests that by learning to surrender to the present moment, we can experience a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. Your Now Matters.